Well, I had to take this back and warranty it, and I don't want to get anybody discouraged about that, but of course, I did the right thing when I bought it, which is get the warranty. There's a lot of things I buy at Harbor Freight that I won't buy the warranty on, but anything that's larger, more expensive with electronics in it, I usually will buy the warranty, except for the earthquake stuff. I don't think it's really necessary. Of course, very easy to return something at Harbor Freight. That's one of the best parts about these warranties. I just grabbed a new box, handed it to me, done within 30 seconds of going in the store. And at the time when I returned it, again, what did I do? I got the warranty again. So guess what I'm going to do every year? It's $39. Okay? Think about it. It's like maintenance. It's like buying consumables. Figure it as part of the cost of a welder. In general, let's just compare that. We're going to compare this financially to like the Miller 211 and stuff like that. That pretty much does the same type of thing that this does. Somebody was going to object to that Miller's a way better welder, and no doubt they are. Okay, Miller makes the best stuff. I mean, that's just bottom line. But it is like $1,300 for the same thing that this is $350. So you figure that in. There's a lot of room in there for you to get new ones like every year for a long time at $39 if you just get the warranty again. So just so you know, when you if you have to return yours, if you didn't get the warranty, you have 90 days to go down and just go down and buy that warranty, pay the $39. I would highly recommend doing it. And if you didn't get it, for some reason, I'm going to show you some of the things you need to watch out for to take care of on the welder. It still is a worthy machine. I still think it's a really good deal for the price, and it works really well. The only thing that seems to be the problem with mine was, I know that, and I knew this when I bought it, is this is pretty cheaply made. So the torch and wand assembly is kind of a cheap thing, right? You guys know that. If you bought one or you're thinking about buying one, Harbor Freight, a lot of things, some things they kind of skimp on. This was kind of cheap, okay? And of course, this is what failed. So you see how I've got this thing very loosely around it. Don't ever wind this up tight. So like some guys will wind this up and then hang it on the one side here. Don't do that. Make sure that you keep this thing as straight as possible. Don't step on this with your foot even. Don't drive it over with a car. Don't move a cart over it. Make sure that you just treat this thing like it's made, this piece, this hose and gun, like it's made out of, like, I don't know, like it's just super fragile. If you do that, you're probably going to be fine with it. What happened with mine is I pulled it a little bit too much and I kinked this just barely, and the wire started getting stuck. So I just took it back. No big thing. To me, like I said, 39 bucks, pay the $39 again. In 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, I still won't even be caught up to a Miller 211. And, the Miller is a better machine, of course, but, this thing, I can lay down a weld just as good with it as a Miller 211, no problem. They're both inverter welders. Inverter technology is much better than the old stuff. Inverter welders, because they have electronics in them, do fail more often, but the time you save in grinding your welds, because they grind a little bit easier, they're a little bit softer, which is not, people think, oh, a harder weld's better than a softer weld. A softer weld would bend, the harder weld would break. So I'd rather have a weld that bends than one that breaks. So that's why I like this machine. Same thing that, like a lot of the guys are doing TIG welding. They're using a TIG welder, and the TIG welder does the same type of thing. It actually is a little bit better. It's a little bit softer weld. So that's what guys do that for. But the problem with TIG welders is they everything has to be super clean. With this thing, you can have a little bit of dirty metal, like I'm welding this stuff. Not exactly the cleanest stuff ever. And that thing will burn through it a little bit. Versus your cheap 110 welder, if you were looking at the, the Chicago Electric, oh my God, don't buy one of those. I would not buy one. If you're going to buy the Chicago Electric, look, just save your pennies and buy one of these. They're way better. The welds are cleaner. They just come out better. The Chicago, cheap Chicago welder, it just doesn't have enough juice to do a good weld. And, you can make it work, but man, it's like you're working 10 times as hard to try and do something you could do in this thing in minutes. It's just kind of crazy to go that direction. Not my recommendation at all. Do I still think this is a good welder? Absolutely, it's a good welder. The weak point is definitely the wand. Okay, so if you're buying one, treat it like gold. Don't even step on it with your foot. I mean, if you step on it with your foot, you're probably going to kink it. Now, here's a couple of more other ideas that you could do if you really want to, if you're really, concerned about that. I didn't try switching. See, I'm using 025 wire, which works great. Okay, some guys said to use 023. I don't really see the benefit in that. I think that the 025 is plenty good for sheet metal. I'm welding 20 gauge. I'm welding sometimes even 22 on a few things, and no issues with this thing, with the wire working or not working. The thing that and I've been using this for consistently for about 6 months, and I've welded a lot of stuff. I've gone through, I don't know, about 10 of those bottles. I've gone through at least half a dozen or so large spools of wire, and I've gone through those are 150s. That's a lot of welding. Okay, so this thing, I really just almost wore it out in less than 6 months. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about, maybe you're using it at home, maybe you're not even using it that much. So keep that in mind that, I am burning the hell out of this thing. So the other thing I was going to say, the thing I didn't try is I didn't take an 030 wire and put it in there. Probably the other thing you could do to prevent problems would be use the larger wire. As when the 023 might get caught in the little spring, there's like a little rolled up spring thing inside there. It might be easier to get caught and get kinked in there, where if I maybe used 030, it might not be an issue. So I didn't try doing that. Of course, because like I said, it's $39. You just go back, get another one, no big deal. It's not to me, it's like nothing. I like using the smaller wire, and it's like a maintenance fee. If you buy, let's say so let's just weigh this out again. Let's say you went out and said, screw this Harbor Freight garbage. I'm going to buy the Miller 211. I'm going to get the freaking Cadillac. I don't have any, and I don't want any issues. Okay. First of all, they're an inverter welder too. All inverter welders do have failure issues over a period of time. So you're probably going to have a breakdown at some point of some kind, or you're going to wear out the wand on it. And let's say it's under warranty. Now, how hard is it to you to go down and get the warranty? I was down there 10 minutes. Harbor Freight, walked in the door, took my welder in. They grabbed a brand new box, a couple new rolls of wire, everything that's in it, handed it to me, done. Okay, you get your Miller, you have an issue, it's under warranty. What do you got to do? Ship it to them. Now you don't have a welder. For how long? I don't know. And then you get the welder back and it's repaired. All right, I got a brand new machine. There's no issue. So I don't know. I weigh that out, and to me, it's still a positive to get the cheap Harbor Freight welder. I think it's actually not bad if you get the warranty. If you don't get the warranty, maybe somebody will post in the comments, look below, and maybe they actually make a aftermarket wand for this. Be great to know. But other than that, I'm still very positive on the welder. I would still recommend it as a buy. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this. I'll talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and keep those comments coming.